SBTL वेबकास्ट में आपका स्वागत है।
This is methane molecule, a molecule that is simplest in the carbon compounds, organic compounds. In the early days before the first cell was formed on this planet, there were some simple participants in the chemical evolution, and those participants were methane, ammonia, and water vapor. Hello friends, this is Lakshmi Raman Oza from Samarth Biology Tutorials Latur, and you are watching SBTL webcasts. This is part 3 in the series of the topic Living World, the Living World. And today we are going to talk about the process of metabolism. Friends, the cells are like microscopic factories. In a factory, there is input of raw material. Our cells need raw material. Then there takes place processing in the factory. So that raw material is also processed inside the cell. It is converted into various forms at different levels. Finally, that is packaged and that is sent to the place from which it can be delivered at proper place. Same thing happens in the cells also. There are packaging units in which a membrane bound structure packages the molecules, it packs the molecules, and these vesicles which have these packed contents, they are delivered at right places. Our cells are like a factory. Information required for production of everything in the cell is located on DNA molecule inside nucleus. The pieces of information are called genes. Every department of a factory has its own role, its own function. In cells also, each cell organelle has its own role, its own function. Let us take the example of water molecule. It is composed of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Just a small drop of water contains billions and billions of water molecules. Everything that is matter, including our body, is composed of these fundamental units called atoms. Atoms do not undergo any breakdown further. Any chemical reaction cannot break them further, and that is why they are called atoms. Molecules which participate in the reactions within the cell, they are called biomolecules. Biomolecules are of three types. The first type is micromolecules. They are simple molecules like sugars, amino acids, which construct the larger molecules. The second type is macromolecule. A macromolecule is a molecule that is made from the monomers of micromolecules. It is formed by the polymerization of micromolecules. And the third type of structure that is composed of molecules inside the cell is supramolecular complexes. So there are three types of molecules which are found inside a cell. So, being a busy laboratory or a busy factory where all these chemical reactions take place, the cell has two types of chemical reactions taking place within it. The first type of chemical reaction that cell exhibits is a biosynthetic pathway or a biosynthetic process. For example, we can say photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a biosynthetic process. Here, the solar energy is utilized, and this utilized energy is transformed further to synthesize glucose from carbon dioxide and water. Plants exhibit photosynthesis. So these processes are actually energy consuming processes which bring together different molecules and they synthesize a product. This process is called anabolism or anabolic process, or it is also called anabolic pathway. The second type is the catabolic process. It is the process in which a larger molecule is broken into smaller molecules that releases energy. For example, let us take the mitochondria. In mitochondria, the molecules like glucose are broken down and ultimately they produce carbon dioxide and water in presence of oxygen. So this is a pathway of breakdown. This is catabolic pathway or this is catabolic process. In cell, these two types of processes, they take place constantly and parallelly. So there is a dynamic equilibrium of energy resources within the cell. Constantly Cell breaks larger molecules into smaller molecules when required, and larger molecules are also constructed from smaller molecules. So, in the process, in the cell, there are two types of processes going on. One is biosynthetic process, that is anabolism, and the second one is a process in which complex molecules are broken into smaller molecules, that is known as catabolic process or catabolism. So this was the explanation on the second feature of living organisms, that is metabolism. Thank you for listening me so kindly, and let's meet in the next part of this topic. We are going to discuss about the third feature of living organisms, and that is the cellular organization. We are going to talk about that in the next lecture. This is Lakshmi Raman Ozha for Samarth Biology Tutorials Latu, and you were watching SBTL